Hi everyone. My name is Vinod, and I go by Vinny. So today, um, I would like to record a few behavioral interview questions. Uh, these questions will help you to find a good job. Will help you to land a good job. So I have been teaching Marine Stack for few months. I started with HTML and CSS, and JavaScript, Node.js, and Express.js, and MongoDB. Then it's a part of this. I'm teaching React. So, um, so the reason why I'm recording these questions, okay, why I'm recording these questions. So my students whom whom I have been helping um, for past few months, they got a job interview calls. So right now I'm recording these questions. It will help you to find a good job. Okay, so how to answer behavioral interview questions? There is only one technique to help you answer any kind of questions. Okay, whether it's easy, tough, medium, any kind of questions. So the technique is called STAR. Okay, STAR. S stands for situation, T stands for task, A stands for action, and R stands for result. Okay, guys, situation, task, action, result. You have to remember these four things in order to answer. Okay, your first goal is not to get a job, your first goal is to impress and get an interview. Okay, once you get an interview, then they will ask these questions, behavioral questions. It's part of your job interview. It doesn't matter what kind of job you are doing. Okay, first question: tell me about a time when you received criticism that you thought was unfair. Okay, what was my question? The question is, tell me about a time when you received criticism that you thought was unfair. First of all, you have to have a situation in your mind. Okay, so here I'm giving some examples. In a previous role, my manager spoke to me about how long I was speaking to customers for the telephone. I was trying to build up a positive report with our customers to help improve sales. However, my manager said talking too long. Sorry. However, my manager said taking too long. Okay. Task. Although I felt the criticism was unfair simply because I was trying to help the company, it was my task to take on board his feedback to improve. Okay. Now, action. I explained to my manager that I was trying to improve customer relations, but that I finally understood there was a need to act with speed because other customers were waiting on the line that had needed my assistance. Result: after reflecting on my performance, I made changes as per my manager's instructions, and this improved the speed of my call handling rates, meaning I could help and assist more customers. Okay, this is the first solution. Now I'm going to explain you in general. Hey, tell me about a time when you received a criticism that you thought was unfair. Situation: in a previous role, my manager spoke to me about how long I was speaking to customers On the telephone, I was trying to build up a positive report with our customers to help improve our sales. However, my manager said taking too long. Then the task was, although I felt the criticism was unfair simply because I was trying to help the company, it was my task to take on board his feedback to improve. What was the action? I explained to my manager that I was trying to improve customers' relations, but that I finally understood that there was need to act with speed because other customers were waiting on the line that needed my assistance. Make sense? The result, after reflecting my manager question and after reflecting on my performance, I made changes as per my manager's instructions, and this improved the speed of my call handling relates, meaning I could help more customers. Okay, next question. Tell me about a time when you had to do something differently and what was the outcome. So, I will give you one tip. The tip is this behavioral interview question is assessing how adaptable you are when difficult situation arise. Situation. I was working in a previous role as part of a team project. Task. It was our task to build a website for an important client. However, partway through the project, we lost an important team member due to illness. He was our uh, project graphic designer, and there was still plenty of graphic design work still to be done on the project. Action. Um, I decided to use my initiative and think of alternative ways of working to still get the website project completed on time. After assessing the options, I decided to place an advertise on the website upwork.com for graphic designer who could work remotely to create the artwork we needed. 10 high quality graphic designers responded to the advertisement, and after I had chosen the most suitable one, I gave him a detailed and concise brief, and he then set to work. Result, by using a different method of working, I was able to overcome a challenge that had the potential of derail the project and get the website finished on time and the client's specification. Next question. Tell me about a time when you worked in a team. In a previous role, I was part of a team whose responsibility it was to come up innovative way to promote a new company product that had just launched. Task. I suggested we should hold a team meeting to brainstorm different ideas. Action. During the team meeting, there was no hierarchy, encouraged everyone to put forward ideas and no suggestion was off limits. Team members who were normally shy were given plenty of opportunity to contribute. Result, at the end of the meeting, we had 5 outstanding ideas for the prompting the project. These included online advertising through social media, running a contest for our local customers to win one of the new products, and targeted radio advertising camping campaign. Next, tell me about a time when you made a mistake. Okay, the you should remember always do not say you have never made a mistake when answering this tough behavioral interview question. Situation, I'm the type of a person who tries to learn from every mistake. You just say, I'm the type of a person who tries to learn from every mistake. When I started work in my last role, I was eager to impress but I took on too many tasks and responsibilities without first considering how long each one would take. Here is the task. Although it was my job to make secure everything was completed on time, I ended up missing an important deadline due to the workload I had committed to, which was entirely my mistake. Action. After I had apologized to my manager for missing the deadline, I started putting systems in place to make sure the same situation never happened again. I kept a priority list of tasks I was responsible for and the time it would take to complete each one. Result by using a more methodical and considered approach to task completion, I could safely take on additional responsibilities, knowing everything would be successfully completed on time and requested. Question 5. Tell me about a time when you multitasked. My manager asked for volunteer. This is a situation, guys. My manager, your boss, my boss asked for a for a voluntary to cover the work of a coworker who was off sick for several weeks. I volunteered to be that person. Task. It was my task to make sure my own work and the work of my coworker was completed on time. Action. I started out by writing a priority list of the tasks that needed my attention. Any tasks that were not urgent, I would leave until the end of the day. There were several of my coworkers' tasks that I was unsure how to complete, so I carried out some research and found out the most efficient way to take them. Result. By prioritizing tasks correctly, by remaining calm and taking the initiative to learn the tasks I was unsure of, how I was able to successfully complete two people's work on time and the required standard. Tell me about a time when you failed to meet a deadline. Situation. In my last role, I was working as a part of a team on a different time sensitive project. Task. It was our task to get the project completed on time despite the many challenges that were present. 7 days before the project deadline, two members of staff went off sick with COVID. We tried our hardest to get the project finished. I and several other team members put in extra hours and we outsourced several tasks to online contractors. However, despite the team's best efforts, we missed the deadline by 24 hours. Result. I learned a lot from that situation. Now, whenever I am part of a team project or a task, I always put consistency, continuous plans in place before starting work to compensate for problems whenever thing occur. I hope you understand these questions. If you have any challenges, ask me. I will send you the notes. Okay. Thank you, guys.